Hello everyone. How are you? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. It all depends from where you're watching me from. This is AJ New Dimensions. Welcome to my video. Yeah, today I just want to speak about the social media. The social media. Yeah, it is a very nice space, a very good space if well utilized and if it is used in a very good way. It's a very nice place. And it also depends on you yourself and knowing yourself, and also having self control of yourself. Yeah, because it's a good place and also a very dangerous zone to be. I'll start with the good part of the social media and why it is good. To me, I feel it is a very nice place. Number one, it's a space that people can come and, educate and edify, and people can learn a lot from the YouTube and also the other social media handles. Yes, that's number one. People learn a lot. It's really educative, and people gain a lot of knowledge through it. So that's number one of the advantage. One of the advantages of social media. Number two, it has created jobs for so many people, It has created jobs for so many people. And that's very good. And we must say that so many people are being employed by the social media handles, the Facebook, the YouTube, all the social media handles. So people come and earn. Yes. Number three, it's a space where there's a lot of exposure. And this one I'll do details, disadvantages and advantages too. But now we are at the advantages. You get a lot of exposure, through these media handles and information. It's informative, very informative. You get a lot of exposure and information, a lot. And also information in advantage and disadvantages too. Right, those are three advantages that I can say for now about the social media. So let's talk about the disadvantages. The disadvantages you find if you don't understand very well yourself, and if you don't have a lot of self-control within you, you'll find out that you're putting yourself so much out there, your private life. Yeah, they say that there are people who are supposed to be sitting room friendship, and there is a kitchen friendship, and also there's a bedroom friendship. So you must be very careful when you're on these social media platforms, and especially when you're exposing yourself out there. You have to be very careful, and you have to have the self-control, thing that I'm talking about. And it has happened to me. I've come out, I was so naive, And in the midst of all that, I think I lost myself somewhere. And I really want to correct that. I really want to correct that mistake before it goes further. Yeah. And I thank God because I noticed it before it went further. Yes. So you find like you are really exposing yourself out there, and it's you know, exposing your private life, exposing your private things out there. Yeah, because I also want to use an example with me, because I'm here and I've been a victim of these circumstances. So I found out that I was going live all the time, and there are these questions that the audience really asks, and I want to tell people who go lives and people who do the lives, please don't expose yourself, so much. Don't tell people a lot about you. Yeah, you just find someone asking you, are you married? Are you married? They just insist, how many children? I want to see your house. Give us a tour. Show us your compound. They really dig into you. And it's not that I fear people, or we are not fearing people, but there is a space that it's private for you. You don't need to tell everybody about your marital life, your marital status, your life, your children, how many children, boys, girls. They go in, as you answer, they really get into it. They really like now find a way. It's like you have opened a door for them. It's like you have opened a door now for the questions to come in. You have answered, I have a husband. Someone else asks you, what do your husband do? Where is your husband? How many children do you have? Are they, how many boys, how many girls? And I find like there is this information that is not necessary. Yeah, it's not next it is not a necessary question, and answer. I'm not there to answer all these questions. I'm just there alone. You're not seeing my people, you're not seeing my husband, you're not seeing anybody. You just hear what I'm saying, or what I've come to say, or what I'm saying. Just listen to that. And I found myself really answering these questions, and giving out so much information about myself. And also sometimes I remember there's a person just that just asked me to show him my compound, and I was so very naive. And I went outside, I started showing, yeah, and it's not okay. By the way, it is not right. I feel it is not right, because you don't know who is who. You don't know who is who. And yeah, so I think it is very very important for everything to just begin where you are, right, like where I am right now, and ends where I am right now, without you knowing even where I live, without even knowing which location, without even knowing, yeah, my house, and who I live with in the house, without knowing how many children I do have, without even knowing if I'm married or not, without even knowing my age. Yeah, and I've come to realize, and I came to be a victim of all these questions. And I feel so sorry for myself, because I answered, I think, all of those questions. I did. Yeah, so I was not wise enough, but now I'm wise enough, and um, I'm a bit not in the media, in the YouTube lately, because I'm doing a reset. I'm really doing a reset of my life and how I want to do this thing. Yeah, because it's a good thing, but I think for me, I think I really need a lot of wisdom on how to do it and on how to go about it. I really need a lot of wisdom. Yeah, so that's why I'm not there and I'm still around. Yeah, bado sija quit. I'm still there. Yeah, sija quit bado. Yeah, sija quit, bado niko. I'm still there, and I'm coming back. I'll come back to all my subscribers and to all my social YouTube friends. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back, but in a very different way. And yeah, so just let me do the reset. Let me just know how to go about this. Yeah, because I even came to hate doing lives. Let me just say that, yeah, I was feeling like it has become a burden to me. So, and that's why I really had to take that break. And I just say today, let me just come and say hello to you and tell you something about the social media, and be very careful when you're going lives, especially when you're doing live, because that's where you come in contact with people. Yeah, that's where you are with people like live, yeah, you're chatting with them like you're chatting with them live. Yeah, so be very, very careful and be very, very watchful, especially when you're answering those questions. And what I can advise someone who is doing lives, and you have these people who are asking questions that are not meaningful, because there are people who ask questions that are not meaningful, and sometimes these questions you know they have something behind it, yeah. So be very, very careful on how you're answering them. And maybe sometimes I think it's just better to just ignore. It's just better to ignore some chats. Yeah, yeah. It's better to ignore some chats when you're doing lives. Sorry. It's better to ignore those chats. Yeah, that's what I think. And if I come back to lives, because that's something that I dread. I don't know why. I've just come to dread doing lives. I just come, you know, I don't know, but I pray that may God give me the grace and strength again to come live. Those are the things that I'm going to be very, very careful about them. Yeah, because sometimes you fall into so many, what do we call them? So many temptations. You fall into so many temptations, and you find as very so many different people with different ideology and different characters, yeah. So I think I'll be very, very careful, and I'm just here to tell you, if you're still going lives and you're still doing these lives, please just be very careful with the chat. Be very, very careful with the questions and how you answer them. And for me, I think like it's okay. It's okay for you not to answer some questions. Yeah, it's very, very okay for you not to answer some questions, because I also feel for the YouTubers, there are YouTubers out there that they have put their lives, out there, for everyone to see. And I feel like there are things that are supposed to be for you and you yourself, Yeah, or maybe if you're a couple who are doing YouTube and you're out there, and this is what you're surviving on, you don't have to sell everything of yours out there, Yeah, some things just make them to be private. Some things make them to be private. Just let these people, if you're going to let them far in your house, just let them into the sitting room. I'm talking in parables, Yeah. There's a space where there's a line, This line, I'm not going to let anyone to cross it or to see the other side, Yeah, this is where it cuts, This is where it hapa ndio pale imefika. Yeah, this is where it reaches. You see? Yeah. So that's what I mean by sitting room. Yeah, so don't put your life, all your life and everything out there, Yeah, and sometimes there is some channels that I see in YouTube, and I won't mention any names, but I see them out there because they are in public domain, and that's why I'm talking about them. You find like a couple is out there and they've quarreled and they have quarreling and they're not in good terms, you know someone just comes out there, starts saying, okay, I want, you're my family. I want you to know what's going on. I know, na. Yeah, let me tell you, not everybody, and not everyone, and a big percentage of people that are in this online, you know what? They really don't care. They really don't care. They really don't care about you, They really don't care about you. They really don't care about your marriage. They really don't care about what's happening in your life. They really don't care, Yeah, they really don't care. And you putting yourself out there, asking some questions, maybe there's a couple that wants to furnish their house. They are asking people, which colors of the curtains do we put, which colors of the seats do we buy, some things I just feel like uh, there's a border, there's a border. And let's not be desperate when we are doing all this. Let us not be desperate, because you find yourself falling into desperation. Yeah, desperation, let me tell you. Yes, and you find yourself, giving out information because you really don't want this person to be angry or to get out of your lives. Yeah, I've met people. I've met people when I was live, doing the lives. I've met people who is telling me, if you don't sing for me, then I'm going to unsubscribe. I'm going to unlike. I don't know. I'm going to get angry. If you're not going to answer my question, I'm going to get angry, Yeah, so because you don't want this person to get angry, or because you don't want this person to get out or unsubscribe to your channel, then you're just out there, just doing everything that they ask you to do. Yeah, going out of your way. Let me tell you, uh it's another thing, and it's so crazy. And I think we just have to, like me, I really had to go back to the reset. Yeah, so I'm coming back. Never say never, because I'm not going to say never that I'll never come to live. But even if I do those lives, then I'm going to do them very, very differently. Very differently. Yes, I'm just going to say hello. But when you come with a question that I don't want to answer, then I'm so sorry. I'll not read your message. I'll not answer you. Yes, and if you insist, then I remove you. Yeah, that's it, Yeah, because I think we need to do this thing with so much dignity, so much integrity, so much wisdom, and so much decorum. So, guys, I'm so glad. It's a short video that I just came to say hello and telling you guys that I'm okay and I'm doing all right, and I'm still there. Yeah. So thank you for being there. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you so much, guys. And I love you so much. I still love you. And I just pray that if you come across this video, if you come across my channel, please subscribe if you don't mind. You like and comment. All right? Yeah. So till next time, guys, see you and bye bye.